Now we come to Hebrew nouns. Hebrew nouns. Usually, nouns are names of people, living things, non-living things, places, establishment, etc. That one is so easy for some of us that are people that are familiar with English language. Let's come to some things in Hebrew now. The first thing we're going to consider is Hebrew cases. Hebrew cases actually talk about the work that nouns do in a sentence construction. Nouns perform different functions in sentence construction. Number one, noun can function as subjects or complements. In Hebrew case, that is nominative case. Nominative case. Number two, noun can function as direct object. In Hebrew case, that is accusative case. Accusative case. Number three, noun can function as indirect objects. Indirect objects. In Hebrew case, that is dative case. Number four, noun can function as possessor. And in Hebrew case, that is genitive case. The last one, number five, noun can function as object of preposition. Object of preposition. It can be ablative case in Hebrew. It can be locative case in Hebrew, and it can be instrumental case in Hebrew. Now we're going to look at these Hebrew cases one after the other with illustrations. Now we will explain the noun cases one after the other. We're going to take the first three: nominative case, accusative case, dative case, and then genitive case in Hebrew. The first one, nominative case. When you look at this sentence, this is Hebrew sentence. Hebrew sentence. Let me read the sentence. This is Kol Elohim Davar Et At Torah Laham. It simply means the voice of the Lord spoke the law to the people. I'm going to show you how the nouns function in this sentence. Number one, nominative is always the subject. The subject in this place that we have does two works. Two, it serves as a subject of the verb, davar. Then, it also shows genitive case. In Hebrew, there's no word for of, as we have it in English. No word for it. So what Hebrew does is to put two nouns in juxtaposition, in juxtaposed position. And when that is done, they are considered to be in construct states. Here now we have a noun, Kol, which means voice. Then we have a noun, Elohim, which means God. In this position now is construct states. And this will be interpreted as the voice of the Lord. So we have the genitive case here. And the voice of the Lord as a phrase is function as subject, which is nominative case. So we can deduce these two cases from this phrase called Elohim. Then this is the verb, davar, which is translated as spoke. Now, this is another noun, at Torah, because the article is there. at Torah to indicate accusative case. Hate is used, and hate is called object marker. It's object marker. Before the object will appear, the object marker must come before it. So the object marker indicates that the next word is the direct object. And that's why object marker is here. And the object marker is not being translated. It's not being translated at all. Okay? Now, after this object marker, now we have at Torah, which means the law. The law is the accusative. Then the last one is dative case. Dative case is being indicated by the preposition lay, which can be translated as to or for in English. Okay? We use the preposition here now with the word am, which means people. So this lay is an inseparable preposition. It's always been attached to its noun. That's why they are attached together to form a word. So it now means to the people. So this lay has indicated that in this this sentence we have dative case. Now we have subject, and genitive case can be drawn out of the nominative case. We have the accusative case. Then we have the dative case. Let me write them on top. Nominative case / genitive case. Then here we have accusative case. Then here we have dative case. So the four of them has been represented in this single verse. Sentence in Hebrew. So the cases in Hebrew shows the functions of the noun. The noun here function as nominative or genitive. The noun here function as accusative, and the noun here function as dative. Now we'll go to the last three and explain the cases in Hebrew. All right, we come to the next three. Ablasive, locative, and instrumental. The ablasive is indicated with the preposition mean. Then locative can be indicated with the preposition be. Instrumental, the same thing, and in. Then I've given three sentences on the board to explain each of one. The first one will explain ablasive. We have Kara min shamanim. Kara means he called. Min shamanim means from heaven. He called from heaven. It's indicating separation from heaven. That means he called to the world from heaven. It indicates ablasive case. Then the second one, we have Amalek Bahir. Amalek Bahir, which means the king was in the city. Now we have the preposition be, which is translated here as in. It's talking about location. The king was in the city. Amalek Bahir. Now the third one, which is indicating instrument, which can be translated as in when used as locative. But if it is being used as instrument, it will be translated as with or at. With or at. So in this third one now, it will be translated as with or at. So we have Amalka, Amalka, Yasheba, Bamelech. Amalka, Yasheba, Bamelech, which means the queen sat with the king. The queen sat with the king. This is the king, the queen, Amalka, Amalka. Then Yasheba is the verb sat or sit. Then this is where we use the instrumental with. Bamelech is seated with the king. So this actually express instrumental dative. So these are the cases of Hebrew nouns. And as we move on, we'll be seeing some of these cases come into play as we consider Hebrew sentences. Now gender. Hebrew now gender. Hebrew has two genders. Only two genders in Hebrew. Masculine and feminine. There's no neuter gender in Hebrew. No neuter gender. Only masculine and feminine. So all the nouns are masculine nouns and feminine nouns. There is no special ending for the masculine noun. No special ending for the masculine noun. But the feminine singular nouns take accented ha termination. I just pronounce how it's supposed to be pronounced. Ha termination. In other words, this vowel, kamesh, and then this consonant, he, will appear at the end of the feminine nouns. We have examples on the board. Masculine noun. This is the word for man. Each man. And this is the feminine gender of the word each. Is each child. See the presence of the R termination. Each child. Each child means woman. It means woman. Now the second word is Nabi. Nabi means prophet. Nabi means prophet. This is the feminine form. You see the feminine ending at the end of it. So the word is Nebiah. Nebiah. Nebiah means prophetess. The Hebrew word for prophetess. So you can see that the feminine singular noun in Hebrew has the ha termination in the two words that we've chosen. So take note of this. There are some exceptions in Hebrew which we are going to consider next. All right. Some feminine nouns take other terminations apart from the one that I've shown you. The other terminations are at. This is pata and this is ta. And het. This is sego and this is ta. Okay, we have examples like the word bat. 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 That is the word for daughter. Bat. Then the word the heart. The heart, that is the word for knowledge. Then we have the last one, Shomeret. Shomeret. The word for keeping. Shomeret. So in these three feminine nouns, we have different termination. Heart and head. You have to take notes of that. Nouns without feminine endings are usually masculine nouns. Nouns without feminine endings are usually masculine nouns. But we have some exceptions, and I put the most common one on the board. They are feminine nouns, but they do not have feminine endings. So you have to take note of these three. The first one is eben. Eben is a feminine noun. The word for stone. Eben, the word for stone. The second one is ear. Ear. Ear, the word for city. It's a feminine noun without feminine ending. And then the last one is erect. Erect, the word for land, ground, earth in Hebrew. It's a feminine noun without feminine ending. Then lastly, the word derek, which can be way or parts, may either be masculine or feminine. May either be masculine or this is up, not off, or feminine. So one has to take note of all these nouns as they are being used, because when you are using them, you have to be careful that you can easily identify the masculine nouns different from the feminine nouns. Now we'll move on to article.
Looking to deepen your understanding of biblical Hebrew in a simple and practical way? Get your copy of Old Testament Hebrew Made Easy by Pastor Abiodun Kayode David, PhD, a powerful guide designed to make learning Hebrew easy for students, ministers, and Bible lovers alike. You can also order directly by sending an email to kode2david@gmail.com. Don't just read the scriptures, understand them from the original language. Old Testament Hebrew Made Easy, bringing the language of the Bible within your reach.